Hello, everybody. O'Neill Gerald here. How's it going? I'm here with another long form podcast style video. If you don't know why I'm doing videos like these, and the reason why I do this spiel every single time is because YouTube doesn't like the fact that I'm doing more than one type of video. So actually, first of all, if you're watching this video and you're liking these, please click the notification box, the notification bell, and just make sure that you're going to get these videos every week when I post them. I'm just going to continue with these videos, see what where this takes me, where this leads me. I've been thinking about even the channel in general as being my name, O'Neill Gerald, and I'm just trying to figure out ways for me to weave the more vulnerable, analytical thought side of me with the music theory, singing, production, composition side of me. I think that those two can no longer exist on their own, and I think that they need to exist together in order for my sanity to be intact. So I'm gonna do what's best for me in that, and I'm also gonna do what's best for me in talking about today's topic. But before I talk about today's topic, I wanted to let you guys know about a summer initiative that I'm doing. I've posted a little bit about it in my community tab and on Instagram, which is what I'll be talking about today. But not everybody's been able to see the message. I actually am going to be doing what I'm calling a songwriter circle, a summer songwriter circle. Basically, what this is it's a songwriter's course meshed together with a songwriter community. So I'm going to be taking in invitations and registration forms from people all over the world who want to be a part of this songwriter community, who want to learn songwriting from me. If you've never written a song before, if you've been writing for a while, I think that this course will be illuminating for you. I'm going to be talking about basically the rhythmic aspects of songwriting, along with just the authenticity side. But I really want to know what you guys think. So if you're interested, I'm actually going to post a little bit of a survey in the comments that I would like you to fill out if you're interested. And at the bottom, you can send me your email so I can send out the registration forms all together. This is going to be awesome. I think that not only the fact that I'm going to be able to share with you guys my heart for songwriting, but also you guys are going to be able to help each other, which is going to be awesome. So the details with price, etc., so forth, will be unfolded when I send you guys out emails. So just get that in the comments. But now for today's topic, as you can see in the title of the video, I haven't used Instagram for 6 months, and I'm going to clarify what that means first. By saying I haven't used Instagram, or rather I should say I've been off Instagram for 6 months. This might be hard to talk about. Oh God, I can feel the tears already. Oh God, give me grace, Lord, please. But yeah, I've been off Instagram for 6 months, but I'm going to clarify what I mean by off Instagram. By saying I've been off Instagram, I don't mean that I haven't checked it. I've gone back on to kind of do some things. Back when I was kind of putting on all of my music on all of the streaming platforms, I kind of just did a little bit of promotion here and there. But what I really did is, but I didn't do that even without accountability. And so I have a wonderful accountability partner that I've been working with. Sometimes it's been hard to connect, and sometimes I've been isolating a little bit. But for the most part, we've been connecting, and he's been helping me to not use Instagram. And the way he's helped me is I have literally given him my Instagram password, and he changed it. He changed the email to his so that I couldn't get on. And he actually is the reason why I'm now seeing a therapist, which is actually amazing. Shout out to you. You know who you are. You're amazing. But why did I come off Instagram? I'm gonna sum it up in, I don't know how many points I'm gonna sum it up in, but largely, Instagram is a wonderful tool. I'll say that. Instagram is a wonderful tool. We're in the age of social media where people are able to have entire careers simply because of their follower base on a social media platform like Instagram. But Instagram is very unique compared to other platforms. I'm using Facebook and Twitter, but Instagram is very special in that it's based on pictures. You can get media on Facebook and Twitter, and we do, but the base for Instagram is pictures, and you can get varying degrees of or differing types of pages. You can get pages that are full of memes, pages that are full of self-portraits, pages that are filled with artwork. And now with the video capability that was introduced a few years ago, you can now post videos, and so people are posting their music. And now with their low-key rip-off of Snapchat, you can also see how people's days are going with Instagram stories. And I want to say that I resisted Instagram for a while. Then I got it, and I started to use it, especially even to promote this channel. And Instagram is actually a large reason why a lot of the videos actually popped off. But I found myself the thing with pictures and with video, and especially with being able to see into people's lives, is the ability to compare your life to someone else has skyrocketed by I don't even know how much, but it's a lot. And I don't want to speak for everyone else. I know that the statistics say that depression, anxiety, etc. has been skyrocketing since in the age of social media. But I know that in my life, a preoccupation with the lives of others in the face of Instagram and also other forms of social media was completely ruining my life. I want to say that okay, here we go. I really struggle with low self-esteem, and I don't say that to really to be a charity case or anything like that. I really don't want your pity. But I say that because when people struggle with low self-esteem, okay, maybe I should clarify what I mean. But when I say I struggle with low self-esteem, I mean that even when people tell me that I'm doing, and I kind of talked about it with imposter syndrome. When people tell me that I'm doing well, I tend to think I'm doing terribly. And I have to constantly work hard to silence the voice that says that I'm doing terribly, or that I'm not worth anything, or and other voices. I've struggled, and I say this because I know it's going to help somebody else. But I've struggled with suicidal thoughts, and at the same time, again, pushing back those thoughts, and especially with things that have happened in my life in the last few years, that I won't go into detail with because they concern other people. But there's a lot that's happened, and in that there was already a susceptibility to depression. But when you find yourself comparing yourself to thousands and thousands of other people, and you already think of yourself really lowly, you're probably going to think of yourself lower. And that's what was happening to me. And when I say that you're comparing yourself to others, I don't just mean that you're saying, oh, they have a car, I don't have a car. Or they have, actually you are, you really are. Sometimes people have, you can look at the quality of people's photos and say, my photos aren't that great. And one thing that I actually have had to harp on and get rid of out of my life is a lot of people would have nice things, and I wouldn't think through it. I would just stuff the thought, and in stuffing the thought, instead of addressing it head on, I would subconsciously do things so that I could appear, or sorry, I would subconsciously do things in reaction to the comparison that I just made. Example, say someone had put out an album that would and they did it all themselves and it sounds amazing. What I would do sometimes is I would just, if I were to, capture that thought and be like, oh, I'm not really gonna deal with this, but I'm just gonna pretend like I never thought it and like it doesn't exist and that I'm not actually comparing. And I would go on my computer and start to make music to literally compete with that person, and not even just that person, but what is the presentation that was put on Instagram. And the thing is, with albums and stuff like that, people are spending weeks and months putting together their package to release it, and I'm trying to compete with that in one day. Overwhelming, eh? And not even only that, but I think what hit hardest about comparison is that I was this is a lot. I think the biggest thing that I was doing is, especially with a lot of the people that I respect and a lot of the people that I follow on Instagram are worship leaders, church leaders, and also like regular celebrities, etc., so forth. But the thing is, especially with worship leaders, because being a Christian, I have people that surround me that would talk about Christian things, that would talk about God, that would talk about the Bible. But I would find different companies and different camps of Christian folk, and I would see the community that they have. I would see the support system that they have. I would see in their stories the people that they're hanging out with, the places that they're going, the amount of time that they're spending with their friends. And I would compare that to the lack of time that I'm spending with my friends. And that's not on my friends, that's more on me, because I tend to isolate. I would look at the amount of time that they're spending with their friends, etc., so forth, and it was like this little seed of a desire would grow and grow and germinate inside of me that would say, I want to be in that camp. I want to be in that community. I want that person and their friends to be my friends, and I want to belong where they are, because they look like they belong. And they look like they feel like they belong. Keyword is look like. I think that's probably the most destructive of thoughts. Those are the most destructive of thoughts that I was feeling. Because when I would realize that I don't have what I want, it would come back to me in these destructive forms. When I would see men that are much more built physically than me, I would look at my own body and look at the dissatisfaction with my own body, and destroy myself with my thoughts. So, and I'm purposely putting a line there because I can't harp on that for too long. And so, at the beginning of the year, and this wasn't easy to do, but I felt like God wanted me to go on a social media fast. And I think everybody should do this, at least for like a month or whatever. And I found myself for the first month of the year taking time off all social media. And I found... And it was winter at the time, so it wasn't like the days were like amazingly hot and beautiful and I could wear shorts and just experience the air. I wanted to be more inside. However, in beginning to take time off social media and just, logging off deleting the apps off of my phone, I found myself beginning to love my life again. And it's weird because it's amazing how, hold on one sec. This is like totally squirrel syndrome, but sorry, wait. Yes. Sorry, guys. Sea Island Cotton is one of my favorite smells, and it's from Bath and Body Works. And no, this is totally isn't an advertisement, but I just totally had like chipmunk syndrome and just saw it. And I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to spray it. It smells so nice, but anyway. Yeah. I started to love my life again, in that because I wasn't looking at a whole bunch of other people's lives and trying to draw from what they had, I was able to appreciate what I had. I was able to just listen to music and not be scrolling on Instagram or like call my friends and spend time with my godchildren. Spend time with my friends, with my support system, because it's not like I have none. And it felt like I had none when I was more on Instagram. Yeah. I just needed time away. I started to love my life again. I started to I don't know, I just started to like my thoughts weren't like that syndrome where I'm competing with other people and starting to do things to compete with other people's lives. Because I was no longer looking at people's lives, and haven't been for the last 6 months on Instagram, I could finally begin to have thoughts that were about my own life and start to plan for my own life and what my own life looks like, plan for the future, talk to God freely in my heart and in my mind, yo. Oh, in my heart and in my mind, just like the song. My song on my EP. Anyway, yes. Get my In My Mind EP. Anyway. In my heart, in my mind. Anyway. That song's low-key depressing, but anyway. it works itself out. Anyway. Yeah. Talk to God freely in my mind. I could think way more rationally. And it's not like I was perfect. Like, there were times that I had to go back on to, like, promote something or whatever. And I had to but I could catch myself as soon as thoughts were coming in where I was comparing myself to other people. I could literally begin to pick them off and be like, no, we're not indulging in that thought, because that leads on a spiral and it brings anxiety. It brings depression. We ain't doing that. Not in these streets. Okay. Yeah. And sometimes I have to do this with YouTube too. There's certain YouTubers, sometimes I look at their channels and I think of where my channel should be. And even now, like, I was just watching a Matt Diavella video. He's a great YouTuber. But I had to shut it off because I'm like, his channel isn't where my channel is. And I'm not going to start creating videos, because I used to do this. I'm not creating videos to compete with somebody who has AdSense revenue to actually, back up their channel, who has more equipment than I do, who has a completely different genre of videos than I do. I'm not doing it. Like, I literally thought about this topic and I was like, ooh, maybe I'm going to have different shots, and maybe I'm going to have this, and maybe I'm going to have that, just like Matt Diavella. Cut the charade. No, we ain't doing that. I can't, I can't keep up with other people's lives, and especially not even just people's lives, but the projection of their lives. I can't keep up with that. Can you keep up? No, I cannot. No, I cannot. I can't keep up. And you can't keep up. We can't keep up. And that's the one thing that I'm just like, it's bothering me. We can't keep up with the projection of other people's lives. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. It's insanity. Imagine this. Usain Bolt is running a 100-meter dash, and you're not the weight that you're at right now. You're probably 50 pounds heavier. And he's and he's like a perfect runner. Let's call him the perfect runner. Whatever. Do you think that you could ever keep up to Usain Bolt? And you don't even train. You didn't even no. And the thing is, and actually this kind of applies to me because I'm losing weight right now and I'm working in the gym. There are so many beautiful things that are about your own body that you have yet to discover. Even behind the fat, behind the lies and all of the crap that you deal with, there are so many beautiful things about your life that person or that field of friends, that community of friends will never experience or never have. And if you don't take the time to talk to God, talk to God about you, and talk to God about God so you can find out more about you, you ain't gonna find out nothing about yourself, and you're not gonna understand the beauty that lies within you. Comparison and Instagram and all of these things are making us literally worship the gods of other people's lives and be completely and utterly unsatisfied, dissatisfied, and at sometimes even like hating our own lives. It's bogus. It's dumb. And even if at times you're not necessarily thinking suicidal thoughts, it's suicidal. You don't want to indulge in the comparison. And I'm speaking to myself because I still have to deal with the comparison. But yo, we guys, we can't do this. We really can't do this. And that's the reason why I'm sticking to doing these videos on this channel, because God knows that I just want to pick up and just do a whole bunch of videos running off of the high of thinking that I could be better than somebody else. And actually, I forgot. That's actually at the heart of comparison, by the way. I was talking to my therapist, and he sent me an email about how comparison is basically, if you don't measure up to somebody, you're automatically thinking less of them. But if you do measure up, your thoughts are, I'm better than that person. That's a whole other topic. But anyway. Yeah. Don't indulge in comparison. Like, there's so many beautiful things about you. There's so many beautiful things about me. God, guys, we don't have time for this. We really don't have time for this. And I frankly don't have time for this. So I'm staying off of Instagram for now. I don't know how long it'll be, but I need to stay off. I haven't been perfect, but I'm still going to stay off. I mean, even when I'm on Facebook, I'm not trying to look at other people's photos. I'm just looking at my Facebook groups. I have some awesome Facebook groups that I'm not telling you that I'm a part of because I want to experience them and not see anybody that I know. And it was kind of selfish, but anyway, yeah, that's for me and my health. But anyway, yeah, and I'm gonna keep doing these videos and just unveiling my heart and doing the topics that I think are more healing to me, even when I think I could be talking about. There's one thing I did want to talk about, but right now it's just a matter of continuing to allow myself to see the unedited version of myself, see the vulnerable and true version of myself, and base my channel off of this, and not try to just create facades and create versions of me that are based on other people. I'm really hoping that they spoke to you, because, or that is speaking to you, because I find that I have to undo the layers and open the doors in my heart so that it can speak to me. But yeah, guys, we can't do this. Anyway, I think I'm just going to end it there. Yeah, don't forget don't forget to fill out that survey at the bottom in the description. But also, if you're interested in the songwriting workshop, etc., so forth. But also, and I'm going to do this again, if you made it to the end of this video and you think that this little video series should become a podcast, because that's what it's becoming, leave a star in the comments. That way I'll know that you guys are for it. And thank you for everybody that did leave a star. You guys are amazing. And I really appreciate you guys. Yeah. Oh, it flies. Anyway. But yeah. I'm gonna sign off for now. I need to go to the gym. But anyway, yeah. I love you guys, and yeah, remember, comparison kills. And you know what? Maybe if you think you should, take a break off of Instagram, and read a book or something. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later, and yeah, until the next video. Bye, everyone.